Howdy, brother.
My brother.
Well, how you doing? How you doing?
First of all, how are you doing?
I'm still hurting a little bit. I'm tired and just trying to heal, man. Just trying to heal. But I'm able to get around. Well, let me get our program started.
By all means. I'm sorry. My bad. My bad.
Yeah. In the name of our ancestors, peace forever and always, and welcome to another edition of what I call the Reality's Temple on Earth Internet Ministry. I am the gatekeeper or the host of this program, known here on social media. Wherever you may find me, I am known as the mighty Angelsnupnup7. I am your soul brother #1, and hopefully your friend Taalik, Ibn'rad. Thank you. I want to acknowledge one of the brothers that's always on our platform, our soul brother Gary Wilson, otherwise known as Cool Cutter. I want to acknowledge those who are early in the chat room, Soul Brother 85 and Twin Pyramid in the house already.
Twin Pyramid.
Yeah, Twin Pyramid and Soul Brother 85.
Soul Brother 85.
Yeah.
Do I know him?
You should. He makes an appearance all the time.
Okay.
Yeah, Soul Brother 85.
But go ahead. Do your thing though, brother.
Yes, sir. Well, actually, I just wanted to make an appearance, let people know that I'm still alive. But and I want to talk a little bit, but unfortunately, due to health problems,
that's all right.
It's not really that possible because I'm tired most of the time. I'm sleeping. As soon as I got out the hospital, I felt like I had a job. I was going to the hospital every day last week. every day. I felt like I had a job, and I had all these gadgets still hooked up to me. I had a urine bag hooked onto my leg, and I had these drains, you know, from these bottles that heal the fluid that come out your wound. It was all messed up. But I was able to walk, and as far as the insurance company was concerned, if that cat can walk, get him out of there. We ain't paying for no more days. I mean, that's just how they work. So, you know, I was barely able to stand, creep along. They kicked me out the hospital, and I went home. The most disgusting thing about the whole situation was that urine bag on your leg. And I don't know if well, I'm pretty sure you don't want to experience it. It's a piece of tube, because you know I had my intestines was messed up, and my intestines messed my bladder up. So I had to have work done on my intestines and my bladder. So my bladder was instead of me using my bladder, they hooked up this piece of plastic they stick through your penis into your bladder, and that's how you urinate. And for the first week or so, I did not eat for a week and 2 days. They didn't even give me an ice cube. I was fed through that, you know, through the machine for a week and 2 days. Laying there, help. I mean, I've never felt so helpless like that in my life. Never. You know, one of my little nieces and nephews, who's only 2 or 3 months old, could crawl up on me and beat the hell out of me. There had nothing I could do about it. And it's just a pitiful, pathetic feeling. I never felt that way before in my life.
Yeah.
Now I'm having a telethon tonight, and it's to raise funds for my medical bills. And it's not, I think I can handle the medical bills, but also at the same time, I'm not working. I really don't have my income coming in like that. And when the medical bills come in, they be wanting their money. And for me, I want to give the hospital their money, because I really was treated real good. I think they did a very good job. And no matter what, I'm going to pay this hospital their money, because as far as I can see, I mean, they really did their job. And the money means nothing to me if I was dead. So they gave me a second chance here at life. So I really would like to pay them and make sure I pay them. Once I get to working, it really wouldn't be no big problem. But right now, I'm down. And their brothers and sisters sent me, who have my telephone number, they sent me text messages, and they sent me emails wanting to help me. So now I decided I'll go ahead, for those who want to help me with these medical bills. So far, it's $1,400. It's going to be more than that. It's going to be more than that, because I just took a PET scan, and I'm going to have to pay like 40% of that, and this other crap I'm going to have to pay 40% of that. Those bills haven't came yet, but right now the bills is like $1,400, and I want to pay these people their money. I don't want to leave them hanging, because they gave me a second chance at life. I really didn't feel no pain. Right now I just feel weakness, because a lot of the when you're going through that, you lose a lot of. I lost 30 pounds almost during this whole ordeal. I went from like 195 to 170. It was 168 or something like that. And so now I'm trying to get my weight back. I'm still fatigued. My protein level is low, and my iron is low. So I'm trying to build that back up. And I'm still hurting. Not so much as in pain and throbbing. It's just because of they had to actually cut me open all the way. Now, originally, the doctors thought it was going to be a very simple operation. They saw the mass, and they thought they was going to go in and, just cut a couple of holes in my abdomen and be able to go in. But once the doctor started using the camera and poking around and looking, it turned out to be worse than we thought. Cause I might be ready to go back to work if it was what we thought it was going to be. It turned out really, really worse. My bladder was affected. My large and small intestine was affected. So it was pretty bad. It was a 6-hour, almost 7-hour operation. And I think I recovered pretty quick, considering, because I really didn't feel too much after the operation. It's just you just in bad shape. I woke up with that urine bag stuck to me, and all these tubes and all these wires, man. I felt like Frankenstein. It was really, really bad. But I want to say to the audience, and I know there are a lot of those who listen to my videos, they never really said nothing. They just listened. But when I got sick, when I was in bad shape, many wishes of recovery came from people that normally don't say anything. I mean just lines and lines of folks and on YouTube and Facebook. And I want to say I truly appreciate it. It makes me feel very, very good. I'm not a bad guy. I know sometimes I say things that a lot of folks don't like. Matter of fact, even some of the people that I go back and forth with, they came and gave me wishes of well recovery. And I must also say this. I thought for sure somebody out there in the blackity black community would write something like, "You should have died," on my Facebook. That didn't even happen. So I guess we're growing up to a certain point, because that's not necessary. That's not necessary. I wish you had to. We all gonna die. Whether I die now or later, don't make no difference. We all gonna die. So wishing me death, how is that gonna really help you? I'm not bothering you. I'm not stopping you from being an Israelite. I'm not stopping you from being black first or black 1, 2, 3. I'm not stopping you from being Kemetic or Christian. I'm not stopping you from being none of those things. So why you want me to die? It's crazy. The only thing I and you have the right to your opinion. And that's the only thing I do. I offer my opinion. I offer you my advice, my suggestions. I do not get angry if you reject my advice, my suggestion. Time will prove all things. Now, for me, time has not proved nothing, because the Mississippi campaign, Operation Exodus Mississippi, has never been tried. So you cannot say, well, 200 years have went by and Operation Exodus Mississippi ain't did nothing. You can't say that. It's never been tried. But see, I can talk about your Islam and your Christianity and your Kemeticism. Thousands of you who believe this way. Your belief system has been around, some of you, almost 100 years or over 100 years. And it has not, time, not me, time is proven that you need to move on to something different. You need to try a different strategy. That's not my fault. I have nothing to do with that. Time. If you want to get angry at somebody, you need to get angry at time. But I'm so happy that I had so much support during my recovery, and I thank you so much. It gave me and inspired me. It made me want to live. It made me want to continue, the showing of love. And there were many people who say, if my voice was not out here, it would be YouTube, social media, it would be very, very boring. And it would be very boring. It's the same stuff all the time. You should want an alternative viewpoint. I know when I was in the Nation of Islam, and I used to go to these churches, they actually loved for me to come to church because I brought something different and gave a whole different vibe than the same old, because in the church, they all agree with one another. So when I come, now they have a chance to use their brain. It takes them out of that redundancy. So you should want somebody with an alternative view. You should want somebody to be able to spur or cause you to put on your thinking cap. That's what your brain is for. Put on your thinking cap. And we don't do that enough. So when we come here, that's what I want us to do. put on our thinking caps. It has nothing to do with hatred, has nothing to do with jealousy, has nothing to do with none of these different things. It is that I want for us better. You deserve better. You deserve to come out of this condition that we've been in for hundreds of years. You deserve to live your life. And you also deserve to be able to control your life and dictate your life, not always under the rule of somebody telling you what you can and cannot do. I'm sick of that. We've already been under what somebody rules, somebody telling us you can't do this and you should do this. And I'm tired and sick of that. Whether I'm doing right or whether I'm doing wrong, this is my life. You have the right to do for yourself and do what you feel you want to do with your life. If God or whoever did not want me to have life, you shouldn't have gave it to me to begin with. This mine. And as I was laying on the surgery table, in the back of my mind, and I'm always conscious, if you don't want me to have this life, this is your perfect opportunity to take it. So he didn't take it. Still here. Take it. I didn't actually be here to begin with. You should want your life back. Well, the creator and the God and this is your life. You've had enough masters and people telling us what to do, what you can and cannot do. I'm grown. You're a grown man. You're a grown woman. Don't you want to have an opportunity and a chance? This is the way I want it. I'm like Burger King. I want to do it my way for a damn change. All these suckers, God want to tell you what to do. The cracker want to tell you what to do. Other niggers want to tell you what to do. I'm sick of it. Follow the law. Follow the law that you don't make. Some other sucker make. Some other sucker always dominate telling you what to do. I'd rather be dead. I'd rather have died on the operating table. Sick of people telling me what I can and can't do. Follow the law. Law that I don't have nothing, that you and I don't have nothing to do with. They make the law. Telling you what to do. That's why for some of you, y'all children can't wait to get out of your house because they tired of your law. I'd be glad when I get grown to get the hell out of here. I love my mama. I love my daddy, but these rules and regulations that they got, I got to get the hell out of their house. And that's what happened when you get grown. When you're ready to do your own thing, when you're ready to raise your own family, you find your own house, get your own job, do your own thing. You still love mama. You still love daddy. I'm ready to live my life. Mother and father gave me life, but this is my life. And I do as I please. I listen to father's advice. I listen to mother's advice. I listen to the advice of my elders. But this is my life. You should be sick of it. I don't want to hear about your gods and your divine people. Somebody, well, you better do this. And they always threaten you. Oh, you're gonna be chastised and the great punishment, and you're gonna burn in hellfire forever. Do what you gotta do. I'm not gonna be your slave. That's slave teaching. And they use fear to get you to obey, like the master used the whip and whatever torture he used against the slave to get them to obey. You should be sick of being a damn slave. But again, I'm so happy, and I much appreciate the wishes of recovery from so many of you. It's a wonderful thing. And I come here tonight, if you want to, because some of you have asked me to do this, so that's why I am doing this. For those who would like to help me in my hospital costs, this is not a scam. You saw me laying up in the hospital. So that's nothing false. This is your brother. This is my person. Many of you know how high or expensive the cost of it is in the hospital, even if you have insurance. There are so many things insurance don't pay. There are certain things, there are certain percentages that you have to pay on your own. So I would much appreciate for those who would like to help me with these medical costs, these hospital bills. I would really appreciate it. And in the description box, I have what 4 choices. I have Zelly. If you connect with Zelly, I get the funds tonight in a few minutes right there. I have PayPal. I have a Cash App. And I also have Facebook donation fundraiser. So you have 4 different forms of payment that you can use, should you want to do that. And I really, really appreciate it. Like I say, this is something that I really want to do because I want to pay the hospital for what they've done. I was treated really, really with a lot of care. As far as I know, the surgeons did a wonderful job because it was, it was a mess. Some of you, these things might gross you out. I was going to show the picture of the actual crap that they cut out. And I would put, you know, give you a warning, graphic images or whatever. But I'm happy. And quite honestly, I did not want to leave you right now. And I did not feel I was going to die on the operating table. I felt very weak or whatever. But I always felt that I would survive this. So I'm happy for this second chance. And this second round of life. And I want to pay the hospital because they did do a good job. And we should want that. If you love your brother, you love what comes from this ministry, you should also want and show your appreciation to help me pay this hospital and these medical bills so that we can continue this mission of bringing our people or our group, because we're really not a people. We just a group, a bunch of tribes, and they call us a people, but we're not a people because a people can easily be unified. We are a bunch of Pharaoh slaves that came out of slavery. They did not unite. This group went over here, this group went over there. They did not come out of slavery and say, hey, we all in the same condition, we need to move and work together. They did not do that. This group went over here, this group went north, this group went west. They had no communication with one another. That's why it was easy. So when they made a move, when the enemy made the move on Black Wall Street, Tulsa, Oklahoma, that's why it was easy to destroy them. And there was no repercussions because if we was a people, as soon as that started going down and the word got out, I would have got in my car, whether you north, south, east, and west, you tell your wife and your children, hey, Black Wall Street, our people in Tulsa under attack. I got to go, honey. I might not be back. Our people under attack. That's what happened when you unify. When you unify, when the nation of Islam is under attack, the Comedics or the Israelites, whoever the hell it is, all of us come together and we deal with the enemy as one. That's what happened when you're a people. We don't do that. You happy when the government come down on the Israelites or the nation of Islam, or they shut down Angelsnupnup7. Good, them niggas out my way. I can continue to do my thing. That's how we think. That's how Africa was conquered, because they did not see themselves as friends or as one people. So the Europeans, was easy for them to come in and just destroy all of them. And that's what happens with us. We on the bottom of the ladder. We are easily destroyed. We are easily messed with. So it just happened, what, last night or the day before? I believe the story is a brother was trying to break up a domestic fight, and the police arrived, and the brother ended up getting shot in the back 7 times. So far, he's surviving in the hospital. these types of things will continue to happen to us because we as a people, Black Lives Matter. No, we as a people need to tell these suckers, these Peckerwood cops, you don't come in our neighborhoods no more. And that will end that. If you come in our neighborhoods, we blowing your brains out. You don't come here. And that you wouldn't have no incidents like that. There's a problem with the Caucasian male police officer coming into our neighborhoods, not the Chinese. It's never the black officers. It's always the Caucasian. You need to keep them out. It's the same thing that you would do if a fox was trying to get your chickens. You'll build up a fence to keep that fox out because you know what will happen if that fox get to your chickens. But we sit back and we're going to ask the people who's bringing the fox, ask them to keep the fox out. They the ones bringing them in. And we as black men or soul brothers, that's our job. Stand up as a man and you tell them, you, sir, you don't come in our neighborhoods no more. The Chinese, Asian, or the Mexican police officer, but these Caucasian men, they don't know how to act. So they need to keep their ass wherever they come from. But we don't do that. We don't stand up as men. Now somebody told me that I'm a black man hater. I'm not a black man hater. I'm just embarrassed that you don't stand up as men. But you want to be treated like some man. But you don't do nothing as a man would do. Because you scared you gonna die. I want to see my grandkids. There's a lot of brothers back in the day used to talk a lot of stuff 10 years ago. Now they have grandchildren and they on Facebook talked all that revolutionary militant stuff. Now they on Facebook showing up pictures of their grandchildren. Because they were scared, because they scared to face the enemy. They wanna grow up, grow old so they can see their children. Malcolm X has never seen his grandchildren. Dr. King has never seen his grandchildren. Nat Turner never seen his grandchildren. Fred Hampton never seen his, is that his name? Fred, I think it's Fred Hampton. Never seen his grandchildren. Somebody got to sacrifice. Somebody got to stand up and put an end to it. Somebody got to be willing to sacrifice. Somebody got to be willing to die for the cause. And you're not ready. You waiting for Jesus or some aliens or whatever to come and save you. That's never going to happen. After all the protests with George Floyd, you see these things steady happening. You think they will slow down, steady happening. What did the news say? About a few months, right to the day George Floyd was murdered, now this brother gets shot in the back 7 times. And there has been things going on even before this brother got shot in the back 7 times. We won't stand up as men. We won't stand up as a people. We hoping that Donald Trump, we hoping that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, whatever, and I don't even keep up with this politic crap. They're going to do something to change the condition, the mayor or whoever. We got to change the condition. We have to do that now. What do it look for me to be a soul brother or black male, black man basher? I'm not. You talk hard. You talk tough. When it comes to other brothers, y'all talk real big and bad. What you gonna do, blah, blah. But when it comes to really dealing with the enemy and the pressure, you start backing down. Why is that? Because you can get shot and killed fighting each other. Why aren't you willing to die, willing to be shot and killed, dealing with the oppressor, so that we can end this thing once and for all? Once and for all. You got it going on and on, just like in religion. God gonna do this and blah, blah, but it goes on and on. 100 years, 200 years, 300 years, 400 years, 2,000 years, just goes on and on and on and on. When is it gonna come to an end? It's gonna come to an end when we finally say, I'm sick of it. Like our sister Fannie Lou Hamer said, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. Or the famous quote from Popeye, I stood all I can stand, I can't stand no more. I know when I was a child, when I was a teenager, dealing with my bully, it just got to the point I couldn't take it no more. And I told him, you can do whatever you need to do, but this gonna stop today. And the only reason why it stopped, because I said and decided it's gonna stop. You're gonna have to kill me, bully, today. One of us got to go. And it stopped. So you think that voting is going to make it stop? You think that becoming a millionaire is going to make it stop? You think that praying to Allah is going to make it stop? You think praying to Jesus is going to make it stop? You've been doing this for a long, long time. Has not stopped. Until you live comfortable. Most of you have decent jobs. Some of you got degrees on the wall. You're living good. That's why you won't stand up against your oppressor, because you're living good, wearing nice suits. You ever see the Nation of Islam? Revolutionaries don't look good. They ragtag, they stink, because they fighting at war. Here you are, wearing pretty clothes, got smell good, got nice cologne and perfume on. You ain't no warrior. You're not no revolutionary. You look and smell too good. When you see those soldiers in Vietnam or World War II or the Korean War, they ain't smelling good. They in the trenches. Mosquitoes done bit them all up. Gunshot wounds. Paralyzed, limbs blown off. You living good. You living good. You ain't suffering. It don't take nothing to take a sign and go out in the street. Black lives matter. Black lives, that's so what? Matter of fact, the enemy even join you. Black lives matter. Black lives matter. They even join you. Because that's not revolutionary. That's nothing. It don't change nothing. The brother got shot 7 times in the back. That tell you it's nothing. It's not solving your problem. Solving your problem is you need to keep your Caucasian officers out of our neighborhood. Now that solves your problem. And whatever resistance they want, bring it. The ultimate problem solver is gaining power and influence. And the only way you can do that is you take the advice and the suggestion that I present to us, the Mississippi campaign. That's the best, the most wisest strategy that we can practice. And once you begin to do that and be successful, we'll look at each other like, man, we could have done this a long time ago. I'm not trying to convert you or teach you or try to convince you to drop your religion. You never hear me say, you need to stop being a Christian or Muslim or Kemetic or Israelite or whatever you never hear me say that. But these things are interfering with your brain seeking a solution to our problem because you think that you already know. No, you don't. If you knew, our condition would be changing and there would be no need for a Reality's Temple on Earth internet ministry. There would be no need for that. You need to change your mindset. You need to change how you look at life. I just want to talk to us about some general topics before I get out of here. The first topic I want to talk about is this thing called generational wealth. There's nothing wrong with having wealth. There's nothing wrong with having money. That's a good thing to a certain point. The problem with generational wealth is actually it's a mental disorder, because what it really is hoarding. Now, if people put a lot of cats in their house and dogs or root beer cans or whatever, you would say that's a mental illness and they are hoarding. But if it's money, if it's wealth, that's all right. But it's the same thing, except you're hoarding money. You're greedy. You don't want nobody else to have nothing. It's all for you and your family. And you pass it down only to you and your family. There's nowhere in nature, and you show me, there's nowhere in nature where there's a sign of something called generational wealth. In nature, every life form take out of the environment only what it needs to survive. It does not pass down nothing to the next generation. You on your own, the same tree, the same animals, whatever it is that I had, you can have too. There's no need to pass nothing down. But when you're living with greedy ass people hoarding everything, there's a need for generational wealth. Let me get mine. And other people can't have nothing. So we living in a society, all these greedy suckers have all this money, have all this wealth, and this money and wealth is doing nothing. It's just sitting there. It's not active. It's not producing anything. What kind of children do generational wealth produce? They don't invent nothing. They're not very smart. What do they do for society? They don't do nothing for society because they spoil. Everything is handed to them on a silver platter. They have no reason to use their brain. They have no reason to struggle. They have no reason. The children are worthless. And they live off the money they did not produce. It was just passed down from generation to generation. That's how you want to live? Somebody told me, well, Africans, our ancestors, Africans, they passed down generational wealth. I don't care if it's you black, white, Asian. It's a sickness. It's hoarding. It's greed. That's a problem with the whole world. And it sets up a class system. and nobody can't get nothing because all these other suckers got it. You want to buy, you need some land to raise your little family, but everybody grabbing it. This mine. Everything is already on. You got these greedy suckers, got 5, 10, 12 cars. What you gonna do with 5, 10, 12 cars? I got 8, 10 houses. What? It don't make any sense. Now, we don't live in Africa, so we don't know nothing about their generational wealth. When we talk about generational wealth, we always compare ourselves to what the white man doing. Well, you know, white folks make more money than black people and all this kind of stuff. We always compare ourselves to them. Are you trying to be them? I'm not trying to be them. I don't care what they have. I don't care how much money they have. I don't care how they live. You should want to create your own lifestyle, your own way of life. Do you know, speaking of Black Wall Street, do you know if those brothers and sisters in Tulsa, Oklahoma in the 1920s, if they had accumulated their money, but did not try to live like white folks, they probably wouldn't even been bothered. But they want to live Hasidity and show the white man, look what I can do, look what I got. You can have wealth and you can live good. You don't have to show it off. But that's how greedy hoarders do. Look what I got. Look at my mansion with, I got 2 full-length basketball courts at my house. Olympic-sized swimming pools. And you want to be like them. If you want to be like your oppressor, you might as well stay where you are. You might as well wait and be happy when they shoot you in the back 7 times. You want to be like them? This is what they produce. This is what they built for you. So stop complaining. Erase that Black Lives Matter sign because it means nothing. Because you want to be like them anyway. I don't want to be like them. I don't want to be like Africans. I don't want to be like Asians. Don't compare me to no Asians or no Africans or Indians or nobody. I want to be me. I want to be who I am. You so busy trying to copy being some African or Asian or the Caucasian people, we don't even know who we are. In the 1960s and 70s, we was coming into ourselves. There were certain things, when you looked at it, it can only be reference to soul brothers and sisters, us. Not no Africans, not no Asians. It was us. Being ourselves. Now you want to be everything except yourself. So the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches, accept your own and be yourself. And what is yourself, a righteous Muslim? No, you're trying to be somebody else. What's wrong with learning and just being who you are? There's nothing wrong with that. In the 60s, 70s, and even 80s, they trying to copy us. And now you copying them. The Africans trying to copy you. The Asians trying to copy you. Trying to rap, do the moonwalk. Trying to come up with cool sounding words, certain handshakes, all that copying us. Now you want to be them. I don't want to be them. I want to be me. Whatever that is, I determine who I am. You want to be an African, then you have to base it on what they are. You want to be Caucasian, act like Caucasian, you have to act, base that on what they give you. You want to be Chinese, you have to base that on I don't want nobody to tell me what to do. So they turn around and call you a fake African. You an Oreo cookie because you're trying to be like a white man. Fake everything except be yourself. There's nothing wrong with being a descendant of slave born in America. There's nothing wrong with being your history started with slavery. There's nothing wrong with that. When you accept somebody else's history, you accept their atrocity. So you want to be African, anything of evil, anything that they did of wickedness, atrocity, then you accept that too. That's you part of that history. But as a descendant of slave, a soul brother, I'm doing my own thing. I don't have no part of that. That's what the Africans done. That's what them Caucasians done. That's what them Indians done. I don't have nothing to do with that because I'm not them. I'm not trying to be them. Let's take a break for commercial. And the commercial is, if you wish, please donate and help Angelsnupnup7 with his medical costs, hospital and medical costs. And you can go to the description box, and there are 4 ways that you can make your donation. And the Realist Temple on Earth Internet Ministry, I truly much appreciate your help in helping me pay this hospital, because the hospital, these medical professionals, they done a very good job and they deserve to get paid. So with that said, I thank you so much for your donations. I want to send a shout out to our honorary soul brother Nick and brother Daku. They've already donated yesterday, I believe. And for those of you who will be donating in the future, I thank you so much for helping me during this period of time, because you know, otherwise I don't ask for donations. I don't ask for no help or nothing. But when you've had major surgery, not minor surgery, when you had major surgery and you're going to be shut down for the next 3 to 8 weeks, your finances is all messed up. So I appreciate anything that you can do that can help me during this period of time, within the next 2 months, I guess. I should be on my feet by, I would think, October, late October, early November. I should be all healed up. I should be back in business. But in the meantime, I thank you so much for helping me. I thank you so much for wishing me a well recovery. Those of you who don't even comment, you came out the woodwork to wish your brother well. I really appreciate it. It's very inspiring. So as I gain my strength, and when I get to talking, I'm hurting, but like Serena Williams said, you got to play through the pain. I'm hurting, and I talk loud, and it messes with my diaphragm, and it hurts a little bit. But that's just something I'm gonna have to bear with. I don't know what to. I appreciate you too, Soul Brother 85. Let me put that up there on the board. Soul Brother 85 in the house. And I appreciate all of it. Do you, man, where's Twin? Put Twin in there. I want to say this to us. You are so special. You don't have to agree with me 100%. I don't expect that. But you come here and listen to your brother. Those of you who come here, we are special. And you should not feel bad or feel disappointed because We don't have thousands and thousands of views and all this kind of stuff. I don't care if one person listens. I don't care if 0 people listen. I'm going to talk. We are like, and I might start using this because the Christians don't use the symbol of the fish anymore. And the fish that I'm going to make reference to is the fish called the salmon. They are born in freshwater streams, and then they go out into the ocean, and then they mature and grow up. Then they have to swim upstream back to the place where they was born. And that's how we are. All these other things that I talk about, those who believe in religion and spirituality and all these things that we talk about, they have thousands of years head start on us. So you cannot expect us to be on their level. And the people are conditioned to embrace these things. We are the true, we are the real awakened people. We are the real special people. We are the real divine people. We are. Because we see through all the crap. Whether it's religion, spirituality, whether it's Black conscious scholarship teaching, we see through all of it. Our minds are really awake. 1000% liberation of the mind. Our mind is liberated. So don't get frustrated. Don't feel bad because we don't have thousands of views and hundreds of views and all these people. That don't mean nothing. Adolf Hitler had lots of people listening to him. And you see how that went. A lot of dictators, a lot of wicked people had thousands and millions of people listening to them. And you see what happened. So just because you're popular, just because 1,000 people, hundreds of people listen to you, don't make you right. Usually, it's the small guy. It's the small YouTube channels that's the best channels, not the large ones. Even when you go to church, some of the best preachers are the ones in the little small church, not the big mega churches. Because the big mega churches, the only thing they're thinking about is money, not your salvation. We're going to keep it real here. And I'd rather die and I'd rather struggle keeping it real than go to my grave on a lie. And most of these people know that what they believe in and what they talk about, they know it has flaw. They know it has error. They know. But it makes them feel good. And real truth don't make you feel good. I wanted to talk a little bit more, but I'm tired. I'm getting fatigued. But yeah, because I wanted to talk about, I guess I'll talk about it another day. I wanted to talk about some of these Black Hebrew Israelite teachings. I wanted to talk about that a little bit, but right now, so I'm hurting a little bit, and I'm tired and I'm fatigued, and I know that you would understand. I'm shocked that I went this long, really. So I will say that for another day, and perhaps I will have our sister Nova with me because she's an expert in all that type of thing. Her book, God is on Trial. If you have not gotten her book, God is on Trial, pick that up. It's only $14, $13.99. Get her book, God is on Trial. And I am so happy with us because we did support that sister, and she's a happy camper. And we made our minimum of 100 units and more. And I'm just so happy that we can support one another like that. You make me proud. I'm so proud of my audience. This is for you. I'm so happy. I'm so happy that we came through and support that sister in what she's doing. If there's something that I can help you do, please send me an email. We'll try. I'll do my best to help. We need to help one another. We all that we got. We are the salmon going up a stream. I would hope that one day we will come up out of these tribe mentalities and finally see that if we don't come together, we're just done. The Nation of Islam cannot do it alone. The Israelites cannot do it alone. None of us can do it alone in this life. Now, if you're waiting on Jesus or on spaceships, okay, well, I guess keep waiting. Nothing has happened so far. I don't know. I can't get into all that. But in this life, it's a fact. If we don't have the sense to come together, nothing is going to change. So you might as well just turn around and just go ahead and get shot in the back 7 times. Because it's going to happen over and over. It's nothing going to change. I don't care who the president is. Nothing's going to change. We're living it. And you see quite clear. And you can holler black power, black first, black 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and hotel and all these other things. All these things alone is not going to stop nothing. Remember when Malcolm X said, this hand means nothing when the fingers are separated. But when they come together, they make a fist. Now you got power. Now you got strength. When they come together. But when they separated, matter of fact, in martial arts, they teach you to grab a finger. Don't try to grab the whole hand. Or grab a finger to bring somebody down with. But when you got your hand like this and make a fist, now you're more powerful. When are we going to learn our lesson? We are so selfish and arrogant. And your children going to pay the price. So when the Israelites talk about the sin that we paying for the sin of our fathers, minus the God, that's how our children are paying for their father's sin, because we refuse to do what we need to do. So we pass down our cowardice, our incompetence down to our children, so they have to deal with the same crap that we could have stopped during our lifetime. So with that said, I thank you for your donations. I thank you for listening. I am tired. I wish I could continue, but I really can't. I can't do it. But you understand, I'm not well. But I did want to come here and speak with us. And I did want to come here and spend time with you and ask you, for those who wanted to help, you sent me emails and texts and asked, could you help? You wanted to help me with my medical expense. So I wanted to do that also. But I always want to come out here and be able to talk to us, because I want to be with you because there's nobody else I can talk to. Because all these other folks, they lost. They are lost. They're conscious, but really they are unconscious. Their minds is in the clouds. Their minds in the heavens. They lost in cartoons and fairy tales. They're not thinking with logic. They're not thinking with reason, common sense, or being analytical. They are reactionary and emotional. And that's not going to get you anywhere. Has it? No. So I like to be around my own kind. I want to be around Soul Brother 85. I want to be around Twin Pyramid. I want to be around those who come to this ministry. Because I'm around those who can think outside of this paradigm. So on that note, again, thank you for listening. I want to thank my brother Gary for joining me for a few minutes. I don't know what happened to him, but I was hoping that he could say a few words. I thank you for anything that you can do that can help me with these medical and hospital bills. I thank you so much. Much appreciated. And until next time, I'm going to save my questions about the Israelite. Matter of fact, I might be able to get one of those brothers or sisters to come on as a guest, and we can talk about the Israelite doctrines. We can probably do that. So on that note, let me get out of here. I don't want to stay here and tell you how much I'm hurting, I'm in pain, all that kind of good stuff. I just need to go ahead and stop and go ahead and lay down and rest up. And I'll do my best to try to come back and talk with us when I get my strength back. So again, thank you to the chat room. We are all, forgot to say, greet my Facebook people. We are live on Facebook. Let me look at my Facebook. Yeah, we are live on Facebook. So I want to send a shout out to my Facebook family for their donations and help during this period of time. And of course, YouTube. I'm Angelsnupnup7. This is the Reality's Temple on Earth. And we are Audi 5000. Peace.